In the first video on the Lord's Supper, it was demonstrated that the Church has made 3 changes to the sacrament. Instead of a meal, merely a sip of water and a small piece of bread is consumed. Instead of the use of wine, which multiple revelations show the Lord prefers, the Church mandates the use of water. Lastly, whereas the Scriptures require that both the priests and the Church kneel before the Savior as they memorialize His sacrifice for them, the Church, however, refuses to obey and kneel before the Redeemer. There is also the matter of priesthood authority. Section 20 of the Doctrine and Covenants is clear that deacons and teachers are explicitly forbidden from administering the sacrament. But what does it mean to administer? Is it merely the prayer, or is it a term that refers to a set of activities involved in the sacrament? A quick search in a dictionary will yield the following results. Common sense at least tells us that to administer the sacrament is to dispense, to issue, or give the bread and wine. But we will not need to depend on dictionaries or common sense to come to this conclusion. When Jesus Christ came to the Promised Land, He told the Nephites He would ordain some of them to break bread and bless it and give it. Note that there are 3 verbs associated with this task: break, bless, and give. This 3-verb set was associated with the task of administering the sacrament in the books of Matthew, Mark, and in numerous passages of 3rd Nephi. The Lord's own words and the scriptural context that harmonizes over multiple books of scriptures clearly show that to administer the sacrament includes the task of giving, or to use a more common term, passing the sacrament. Of course, the Lord has expressly forbidden deacons and teachers to administer the sacrament, meaning they are forbidden from breaking the bread, blessing the bread, and also from passing the bread. Of course, not only do deacons pass the sacrament, but members and non-members do as well. The architecture of modern chapels is inconvenient for priests to administer the sacrament to individuals sitting in the middle of the pew. Members that are not priests or even deacons and non-members administer the sacrament to their neighbors in the pews. It is a sad commentary to note that the Catholic Church, once the true Church when administered by Peter, still has its priest administer the sacrament directly to its membership. If the practice of having unauthorized individuals administer the sacrament were applied to the temple endowment, as it is in the sacrament, then the officiator would administer tokens to the individual sitting at the end of the row of chairs, who would then administer it to the person adjacent to him, and so on. Of course, this would be an inappropriate way to administer tokens, as it is an inappropriate way to administer the sacrament. This, then, is the 4th change to the sacrament, one of priesthood authority. The Church no longer employs the proper priesthood authority with the sacrament, using deacons, teachers, members, and even non-members to administer the sacrament, contrary to the Lord's explicit commandment.